What's up guys, Nick here, back with another iOS update comparison. iOS 26.5 has officially been out for about a week now, and luckily I've got two iPhones right here, one running iOS 26.5 and the other still on iOS 26.4. So today, we're going to compare them side by side and figure out if upgrading is actually worth it. What's different between iOS 26.4 and 26.5? And if you're still on something like iOS 18, should you upgrade to 26.4 or jump straight to 26.5? I'll give you my final recommendation at the end of the video, so stick around for that. And don't forget to subscribe. First, let's talk about the main feature updates. iOS 26.5 mainly adds RCS end-to-end encryption and smarter Apple Maps recommendations. The new RCS encryption makes messaging much more private and secure, which is honestly a pretty solid upgrade for privacy. As for the smarter Maps recommendations, this one is a little controversial. It can help plan trips, recommend restaurants, attractions, and nearby places automatically, which is super convenient. But some people think it feels too much like advertising, almost like Apple is trying to monetize Maps more aggressively. Personally, I think if Apple improves the recommendation quality and still lets users choose freely, it's actually pretty useful. iOS 26.5 also adds the new Pride rainbow wallpapers. If you go into the wallpaper section and choose Pride, you can customize the colors yourself, and honestly, the whole thing looks really clean. Now compared to that, the main update in iOS 26.4 was the animated Apple Music album covers. Not every album supports it, but the effect is pretty cool when it works. And just to be clear, iOS 26.5 already includes all the iOS 26.4 features too. Now let's talk about smoothness, Wi-Fi performance, and battery life. When browsing around the home screen, iOS 26.5 definitely feels smoother. Animations are cleaner, swiping feels more fluid, and there's less stuttering overall. But meanwhile, iOS 26.4 still feels good, but side by side you can notice it's slightly less polished. The lock screen unlock animation is also smoother on iOS 26.5. When opening apps, the difference isn't huge, but 26.5 still has that slightly more responsive feeling. Now, Wi-Fi performance is interesting. Honestly, iOS 26.4 already did a pretty good job with signal optimization. After multiple tests, I actually found iOS 26.5 to have slightly more stable Wi-Fi performance compared to 26.4. Battery life results were surprisingly different depending on the iPhone model. For iPhones older than the iPhone 13, battery life feels about the same between both versions. On the iPhone 13, iOS 26.5 lasted around 40 minutes longer, but on the iPhone 15, iOS 26.4 actually performed better. And for iPhone 16 models and newer, iOS 26.5 lasted almost 50 minutes longer than iOS 26.4, which is honestly a pretty noticeable improvement. So overall, iOS 26.5 not only includes everything from 26.4, but also adds RCS encryption, smarter maps, and the new Pride wallpapers. If you're already on iOS 26.4, upgrading to 26.5 is totally fine and probably worth it for the smoother experience alone. But if you're below iOS 26.4, it really depends on your device and what matters more to you. If you're using an iPhone older than the iPhone 13 or an iPhone 15, then honestly, iOS 26.4 is probably enough. But if you're using an iPhone 13 or any iPhone 16 model and newer, I'd recommend jumping straight to iOS 26.5. Both the user experience and signal performance have seen a huge leap forward. And finally, if you don't want Apple forcing you onto iOS 26.5 automatically, you can use ReiBoot to selectively update your iPhone instead. Whether you want iOS 26.4.2 or iOS 26.5, you can manually choose the firmware version yourself. I've put the download link in the description below if you want to check it out. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more iOS updates. I'm Mick, and I'll see you in the next one.